Hey guys, welcome back once again. For those of you new here, hello and welcome. My name is Evie, and today I am building the koala habitat in my down under house. Now, I had an absolute blast building this. I really kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone a little bit. I did not have a plan for this, so you will see I chop and I change my kind of plan throughout this habitat build quite often. I really thought I wanted to have some nice kind of water hanging in the habitat. I just felt like I didn't want this nice flat habitat, pretty much. So I did end up with a flat habitat, but I did just tweak it ever so slightly. I thought I'd make it a little bit fun, a little bit funky, a little bit fresh. I really wanted to try and utilize some of the other items in this pack that I didn't already use, as well as, here you can see, sorry, I'm still just trying to get this water working. I made the mistake in the first place of not having this raised habitat at the right level, because I do believe the water levels here work in the 1 meter increments. It's not like you can put it at any kind of point in between that. It's either at 1 meter or it's 2 meter or it's at 3 meter. And obviously I had mucked up and it's like just not at the right level. But with that being said, I wanted to utilize, as previously stated, kind of stuff and things that I hadn't used before. So I wanted to use these logs to kind of build a nice little hard shelter. Now, I did discuss in the last video that they do not actually need a hard shelter as they're inside. This is a giant house. Their whole habitat is hard shelter. But I felt like I needed it. It felt wrong not giving them something. I may not give some of the other ones hard shelter. Watch me say that and backtrack and end up doing it anyway. But I thought I'd create this nice kind of old style log cabin. I'm using quotation marks here and you guys can't even see. I mean, it's tiny. It fits a koala in it. It's not overly large. I don't think it would have been for a human. I don't really know what I was building, but because I don't set out with a plan when I do these things, it can kind of, I do stuff the hard way, pretty much. So you will see me build this and then I'm like, wait, this isn't quite what I wanted, and I tweak it, and then I go do something else and I come back and I tweak it again. So this log habitat, it doesn't end up looking quite like this, although I really vibe with it. I like it. I like that rusted kind of metal on the actual nice earthy logs. I feel like it's a really nice pack, this one. Just more along the lines of it really goes well together, which I'd be really concerned if it didn't go well together as a pack. And as much as I've previously stated that I don't like the kind of blue shipping container pieces that they gave, they are colorable, and I've kind of found a use for them now. So I have been creating for the small exhibits in my streaming zoo for the Australian area. I put them in a giant shipping container. Like, it's kind of fun. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it turned out great. It was fun, it was something a bit different, and it just seems very recycled, pretty much, putting a small exhibit in a giant blue shipping container. But here I thought, the koalas need climbing space. That's what they do. They like to get their nasty little claws on some wood and climb on up it. So I thought, instead of being a crazy cat lady, how about I be a crazy koala lady and create this kind of run up the wall, similar to what I've seen people have for their cats previously. Not mad about it, great idea. However, although it is traversable by the koalas, I have not seen them use it to its full extent yet. I have seen them kind of come up halfway up one log and then turn around and go back down. I did put a herb-scented marker right up the top to try and give them some incentive to actually climb all the way up there. You'll see me playing around with it. I could not for the life of me place it, and I don't know why. I think maybe because it was too close to the door. Still not 100% sure. But I ended up extending that little top bit all the way out, and I can place a little herb-scented marker up there. And as I said before, according to their traversable area, they should be able to get up there. They don't seem in any rush to get up there, putting that out there. Now, is this the safest little climbing frame for a koala? No, but I like to think of them as experienced climbers, not to the extent of pandas who like to fall out of really small trees and hurt themselves. So I've got faith that the koalas will not eat shit while trying to climb this. But I did really kind of, I like this idea. I think it could use some tweaking. Just some fine tuning more than anything else. I realized after I did this that I kind of put some of the habitat doors in really inconvenient spots, so I could have went ahead and changed it, but I left it how it was, as the habitat door is really not too big of a deal. Now you can see here, this is where I'm trying to figure out why I can't place something up there. In the end, just drag it out, make it a little bit longer, and it works fine. But I've been trying my hardest to make these habitats kind of all flow together with the building style and not try and make them necessarily too unique or crazy. Like, I want this whole vibe throughout the enclosure, and I hope that that does come across. I hope that you guys are enjoying this. So far I've only had positive reviews, so thank you guys so much for enjoying it. I'm enjoying creating this. Now I think next up will potentially be the cassowary habitat, as I really want to get and play with some of those tasty tropical plants. I forgot the word for a second, don't judge me. Now, the only problem I have with that is the only tropical kind of vibe of a plant that came with this pack was the fan palm, so I might have to go into more of the Oceania tropical plants, so it's not going to be pack specific. But I think you guys will forgive me because I'm hoping that it turns out chef kiss, you know? Now, you'll see in a second with these wind chimes, I was so confused. Like, I thought the game was glitching to absolute buggery. However, no, that was just me being a silly daffodilly, trying to place something that shouldn't be placed on it, pretty much. I thought I could create this nice kind of spring with the metal, but however, it just really didn't work for me. Yeah, no, I was about to say it's this one. No, it's not this one. It's the next one. I take those beautiful Aboriginal painted logs and kind of try and decorate with it. I felt like it needed, yeah, these ones here, needed something a little bit different, just to kind of tie it all together. I felt like it just wasn't quite right. Now you will see in a second what I mean. I was just so confused when it started happening. I was like, wait a second, is this a glitch? What have I done? Somebody help me. So here we go. You can see I'm like just dumbfounded by what the hell's happening. I was like, oh, maybe it's in the wrong spot, maybe something's just triggering it, until I realized that placing anything above it or actually on the top of it obviously is setting off some kind of sensor with it, and it was just going crazy. So if you ever want some disco wind chimes, just place a log on the top and you've got some tasty music playing in your enclosures the entire time. Now, I felt like it just was too bare. I felt like this was a little bit boring, it wasn't too fancy, and it wasn't necessarily tying into the building too much, so I just took some of the planters. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put some planters in here. The koalas love a little bit of succulents, and they love some planters. They are going to absolutely froth on this. And my god, they did. They frothed on it. They frothed on it so hard. But I did find it a little bit hard to decorate this because realistically, Australian kind of habitats and stuff like that are pretty boring. Like, they're pretty plain. Like, we don't have dense bushland, and like, we do, of course we do, but the style of habitat that has these nice ghost gums and stuff like that isn't necessarily dense, and they didn't really give us bushes and small shrubs to kind of be able to fill out the actual area. So I am using just the wattle bush. I think it's a wattle bush anyway. I'm not sure if I don't think that came with the pack. I think that came with the free update, which I really do like this little bush. The wattle plants in Australia are stunning, and I quite like the variations that they have. They've got some more like kind of flat lower ones and whatnot. Now I'm just trying to fix up this little barrier around here, as it, like, the terrain doesn't sit nice and flush with it, so I was just tossing and turning as to how I was going to do that. Now I did end up settling on decorating it ever so slightly, not quite to this extent, but I did create some cute little suns. That's what the vibe I was going for with these, which I thought was actually, turned out really cute, and they are lights. And these little yellow dots do light up, so at nighttime, if you are viewing this habitat, it is stunning. I love these lights, they're beautiful. As well, I felt like just to break up the monotony of the wall and it all being the same colour everywhere, I'd add in a little bit of a back splash, back artwork. probably back artwork a little bit better, which is this beautiful koala artwork that they have in the game that is built out of these tiny little bits and pieces, which thankfully I didn't have to build that myself because I'm just not that creative. But I also felt like that was a little bit too just bland and bleh. So I ended up just chucking some of the, maybe it is the recolored, now I'm trying to think, maybe I did recolor the like shipping container one. Now, if you guys are looking for a really funky and fresh and stunning fence, this cassowary artwork sunken into the ground. I mean, you can leave the cassowary in it if you want, but I wanted just the kind of patterned metal. I love that look. It is stunning. I am probably going to overuse this now, but I really like the look of it. It's just a nice little, like, this is the kind of fences that I would have liked, is some more solid fences. I feel like we don't really have a lot of those in the game. We have the nice kind of cattle fences, I guess you could call it. But this, stunning. I love it. It's just a little bit different to what else there is in the game, so I would really have liked this to actually be in fence form, but obviously you can tweak it to however you want it to be, so I can turn these beautiful artworks into a fence if I so desire. But I really like this whole contrast of the wood and the rusted metal. I feel like it is just slowly kind of coming together really nice. I'm excited to see what this entire house looks like once it is finished, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Future Evie just does what she wants. She can figure it out when the time comes, pretty much. So I will be adding some little details off camera, as I don't think you guys really want to see me add little knickknacks, paddywhacks, give a dog a bone and stuff and things like that around the edge of the actual path and stuff. I mean, if you guys really do want to see that, yell out and I can, of course, keep that in, but I figured that'd be something that you guys wouldn't really want to see, as it is just going to be very repetitive and whatnot, and it'll be nicer just to get that done in between kind of videos. But I will be kind of just making everything look a little bit more finished than it already does. I do really like these wooden planks. I think they really help kind of tie everything together and give everything a nice finished look with very little detail. Now here's what I mean by I change my mind all the time. I decided, no, we've got enough of that wood. Let's add in some of the corrugated iron, and I have to admit I do prefer the corrugated iron. I'm gonna say it again, I really do like this bit. The corrugated iron I just think is a really nice different piece, something that we don't really have in this game. But we are about to go into a nice little walkthrough of it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will kind of talk to you through it as we do come to a little bit of an end of this video. It was a shorter one, which I was hoping for, as I don't really like to have videos that are much longer than kind of the 15-minute mark. 20 minutes is acceptable in my eyes, but anything other than that is just, it's a commitment. To commit to watching that? I mean, I watch all my YouTube videos on 2-speed anyway. I think that has a problem. Like, it's actually affected how I talk now. I feel like I talk ridiculously fast. Like, I am purposely slowing myself down for these voiceovers, and I really have to pay attention to what I'm doing. And I'm 90% sure watching YouTube videos on 2-speed has actually done that to me, because I'm like, how does everyone talk so fast? No, Evie, you're just an idiot. You're watching it at 2-speed. But here we go. We are just walking through, just going past the dingo habitat ever so slightly, just to kind of bring it around and up so you can see the kind of wow factor of seeing the koala habitat for the first time. Don't mind the little jumpy bits. I'm not sure why the Taken Cam doesn't like going up these individually built bits of path. Not going to question it, just accepting it. But here it is. I really feel like the cassowary kind of fencing goes quite well with the benches. I did change the bench yellow to a nice kind of a burgundy, and I think that ties in a little bit better. But here it is. The finished habitat. Now, I'm not saying it's a realistic habitat at all. These koalas also just stare off in this corner. I don't know what they can see. Maybe they can see into the future. Maybe they know something I do not. However, they do like to just chill in that corner randomly. It's bizarre. But yeah, it's not the safest. I'm sure if the koalas really wanted to climb out of this habitat, they could. But for Planet Zoo, it does the job, and I quite like it. I think you could probably have another female koala. I think they can have 1 male and 3 females. There is a Paragonante koala in this habitat as we speak. So there will be a really cute clip of the actual birthing animation if you guys are interested in seeing that, as it was added to the koala and the kangaroo. If you are interested in seeing it, it will be at the very end, so hang around for that, as it will be very, very soon. But I just thought I'd add a little bit of artwork to the walls. I really felt like it was a little bit too bland, but I will leave you guys with kind of the nice little animal shots. They are so freaking cute. How did they get so cute? Who did this to us? This is illegal. You cannot be this cute. They are just, I wish I kind of had footage of them in the tree, but I feel like they really didn't go up there for me, which was a little bit bizarre. Oh my god. Stop it. I can't. Oh my god. Yes, you cutie patootie. Okay, but thank you guys so much for hanging with me for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below what else you'd like to see me create, as well as subscribe so you do not miss out when I upload next. But thank you guys so much once again, and I will see you all next time. Bye!